Hello and welcome back to Regiments, and today we are going to begin Operation Black Horse Mad Dash. The gap between the GSFG and follow-up reinforcements offers a unique opportunity. 5th Corps will strike deep and the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment will be the tip of the spear. This operation is going to take place between the 22nd and the 24th of June 1989, and our unit is the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment, and our parent unit is the 5th US Corps of Centec. Colonel, while the Soviet onslaught is running out of steam, the 1st Belgian and 3rd German Corps are still in chaos, with Reforger reinforcements making little difference. On the southern front, the limited skirmishes are escalating as the Czechoslovakian armies start their belated movement, while the French remain reluctant to commit the bulk of their forces. No surprise, we're hearing rumors of Germans discussing a ceasefire even at the de facto borders. Up high, command thinks they're missing the bigger picture. The Soviets are spent, and the follow-up forces are decisively stuck fighting the insurrection in Poland. GSFG bloodied our first-line corps good, but now is a few good strikes away from collapsing. 5th Corps has enough strength to deliver such a strike on its own. A two-pronged attack aimed at crippling the rear infrastructure of both Soviet 8th Guards Army and East German 3rd Army concentrated around Erfurt. J-Star's airborne radar system will be providing regular updates for our forces. As long as it's in the air, we will have practical omniscience. A growing number of disillusioned Volksarmee troops are turning to the nascent Freie Deutsche Republik. It's more of an idea than an actual organization, but these unlikely allies can be useful, especially as Bundeswehr is not ready to commit to a counter-offensive. A long path awaits, begin preparations. Our objectives are defined as follows. First, we have to pass the Allied lines. Second, we have to penetrate enemy forward defensive. And third, we have to disrupt enemy supplies and rear assembly areas. This operation is going to be split into 4 stages. And let's have a look what we are working with. Our regiment consists of 3 units of scouts. We also have 2 units of M1A1 Abrams, we have some infantry's in a Bradley and some airborne units in Humvees. We also have access to some Apache attack helicopters, we have an anti-air system, and we are also supported by engineering platoons. We have mortars and we have supplies. We also have 300 points of operational authority to further increase our forces, and we have access to artillery smoke and to cluster ammunition. After taking a couple looks at our available task force, I think at the moment I would prioritize Task Force Fury because we get access to a couple more tanks and some more infantry. But we could also later get Task Force Hammer, which is going to give us access to a couple more artillery pieces, and of course Sundance is very tempting as we get access to a couple more attack helicopters. Down here we could also get Spirit, which would also give us more helicopters and a later guided missile strikes. Task Force Arthur, on the other hand, is looking rather weak. These are some disillusioned East German troops, but they do not really have... Task Force Gladiator would also give us access to an anti-air missile system and later some tank hunters, but I do not know if this task force is really worth it. So, at the moment, I'm going to call in Task Force Fury. This leaves us with 150 points of operational authority. And I am going to spend 75 points on deployment points. And let's also invest our remaining 75 points into this. This brings us up to, in total, 1050 deployment points, and we are going to need 1150 to get all of our forces onto the battlefield. This means we should be able to deploy basically everything. And in our operations log, we have some more information from the 5th Corps headquarters. The heavily attrited 5th Battalion 18th Infantry holds a line near the Hofbiber village. Your task is to do a combat passage of its lines. Help them defend against the last-ditch attacks, then break the weakened enemy positions in the sector. And we will surely do that, but first we have to pick an event. We have once again 2 negative and 2 positive things to choose from, and this phase of the operation is going to last for 3 turns. And I think I am going to get this negative card immediately. This means that 2 platoons cannot be deployed, But I'm going to assume that the first phase is going to be the weakest of them all, as many allied units are still on the field. So let's hope this is the right call here. The battle is about to begin, so let's have a quick look over the field. We have 2 entry points, so let's have a quick look over here first. We're going to come in with a couple infantries, we're going to bring a scout unit and one of our Abrams. Those guys are going to push forward so that we can help with the defense of our main objective against enemy counterattacks. I wonder if we should position them over here or if we should prioritize the defense of Bravo, but we are going to figure that one out pretty quickly. The main bulk of our forces is going to come in from down here. This is where we are going to deploy our anti-air system as well as our mortars, our M1A1 Abrams, 2 more infantries and of course 2 scout units. From there I hope to approach the enemy through these woods and take out these warehouses, making sure that Bravo can only be attacked from one direction. From there I would also love to push forward towards Hünefeld. Our main objective is to take this staging ground from where we can push onward to the next objective. Ideally, of course, we are going to take out the entire battlefield. As we have known from the beginning, 2 of our units cannot be called in, and this is, for one part, our engineering platoon, and also, unfortunately, our supply trucks. This could be pretty bad for us, because we cannot bring anything onto the battlefield, and will have to retreat our units once their ammunition runs low. As the battle begins, our soldiers are moving out, and we can already spot a large amount of enemy forces in the entire area. Our allied units are going to attack the enemy, and over here we are attacking. We know that they have roughly 5 platoons in the area. We do not know what they have exactly, but we are going to find out. These scouts, I want them over here. Maybe this is artillery that we could easily take out. We know that they have forces over in this section, and I hope that we can do good amounts of damage quickly. These boys are also moving up, and over here some allied forces are already withdrawing. Ready. Let's get our infantries to dismount. Tanks can move forward. Infantries can move forward, but carefully. These tanks, I want them in the woods. And these boys are moving up over here, while these boys are moving up over here. They are hopefully able to take this one out. I do hope that these are artillery pieces, giving us easy options to take them out. We have spotted enemy mortar systems down there. More of our forces are coming up down here. And very soon our forces are going to give off their first rounds. The second these M1s leave the forest, we should be able to engage the enemy over here. Or not. It says that the enemy is visible, but it is not. We are getting smoked up. Let's get these scouts forward. Let's get these scouts forward over here. And these boys have made it. Let's get our infantry's dismounted. Let's push them up. I want these scouts over here. And these tanks, I want them in Bravo to help putting pressure onto the enemy. And now we have contact with the enemy. Our scouts are starting to engage. Our infantry's also have to engage. Let's get these tanks forward. These infantries are getting suppressed. Let's get them out real quick. These infantries are getting pulled away. Tanks are pushing up onto the hillside. Very good. Over here our scouts need to fall back. They are engaging the enemy very closely. This is not necessarily what I want. Infantries have recovered. They can push up again. We cannot see what the enemy has down there. Let's attack. Mortars need to push up. These guys need to push up. And over here, I want our tanks and our infantry to push up. We are engaging the enemy down this section. Maybe we have to relocate some of our forces. We are going to find out. These boys have gotten a hit. Let's get them out real quick before they take too many casualties. M1s push up. These infantry push up. And now these Abrams also have to kill those infantry. Then the first sector is going to be clear. Now, let's get our infantry to withdraw. These tanks need to withdraw because they could get flanked and the artillery is beginning to pressure us. And over here I want our scouts to move up already. These M1s can move up. Mortars move up. Anti-air move up. These infantry I want to emplace themselves over here. These tanks, can they push up? Maybe we can get a good hit over here. Maybe not. Multiple enemy tanks, T-62s, are pushing up on this flank. Let's get our tanks to move and engage them. Have we lost a scout unit? It appears as such.
Zone captured.
This is not good. I want more scouts out. I want them over here so that we can figure out what the enemy has. And I think we can also get our attack helicopters up to deliver a quick hit on those guys and then fall back. Tanks are moving forward onto the flank of those guys, even though I do not think that these enemies have a chance of breaking through. Let's get more scouts forward. Mortars need to get ready. These infantry can mount up and go down here. Oh well, let's get them out. They already spent good amount of their infantry. And now we should carefully try to get forward onto Hunefeld. We also could get onto these positions, but we would have to relocate large amounts of our soldiers. More scouts are approaching. Let's get them forward so that we can figure out where the enemy actually is. These guys can also get back on their forces. We are going to use them together with our scouts to hopefully flank the rear of the enemy positions. And hope that they have artillery or scout units that we could easily destroy. These tanks need to fall back. And we can see that more enemy forces are approaching. Can we get our Abrams down to engage? We have lost a tank. Let's get them out. We do not want to take unnecessary casualties. Helicopters are getting attacked. We need to get them out. We can get infantry forward on these sides. We can get scouts forward on these sides. These tanks need to fall back. These tanks, we want them in the center. And we are soon going to engage the enemy over this sector. Over here, the enemy is attacking us. Our allied forces are holding strong. We are getting reinforcements up. And I have the feeling that I split our guys out way too far to really be able to do much. No, infantry, stay. These tanks need to rotate so that they can engage the enemy that is coming up over here. Humvees, etc. are going to engage these enemies from the rear, if we can. And over here, our forces are going to prepare. We have an enemy rocket site. Our tanks are engaging these infantry. Scouts are engaging these infantry. Scouts, pull back please. We want you to remain alive. Tanks should hopefully also be able to engage, but I'm not so sure about that. We have even more forces in this area. And we can get some fresh tanks forward. How's the situation down here looking? We are running out of vehicles. These scouts got also hit. Let's pull them back even further. And let's try to get these boys up on that hillside, so that we can have a look on them. Now, I want our infantry's down here to dismount, our scouts to get ready. And we are getting pushed over on this section. Let's get these tanks further through the back. Mortars should be able... Yes, mortars are supporting. Very good. These guys need to get out before they take... Yes, they have just taken a casualty. Not wanted. And we are now beginning to push into the rear of the enemy assembly line. Tanks, get over here. We have arrived on this section. Let's get our infantry dismounted. These boys are looking relatively okay. And let's have a look if we can ambush the enemy from the rear. Let's get these infantry into the cover of the forest. We do not want to have unnecessary casualties. More enemy forces are pushing us on this section. Our tanks should be able to support. And so far we can still not... Yes, we are now beginning to spot enemy forces. These are infantry. We should be able to deal with them relatively quickly. These scouts, however, need to get out.
Let's get out of here.
I am willing to get a tank up. Come on, tank.
Orders.
Let's get them up there. These boys need to get out. These tanks I want to first withdraw over there and then reposition onto this side.
Listening.
And our scouts should also hopefully be able to engage the enemy over on this sector. Some of our scouts have already taken quite a lot of casualties and the warehouses are currently in the process of being recaptured. Let's call in some cluster ammunition onto this side. Let's get these tanks over to engage. Mortars should be engaging.
Reporting hostile fire. Over.
And we can get further scouts up into the area. These infantry
Zone lost.
need to fast move out of there.
Reporting hit.
Aircraft are coming in. We have, of course, our own anti-air system in the area.
Ready.
And we have to push up onto these forces. Yeah, they're getting driven away. Unfortunately, we cannot see what the enemy has down there.
Targets, please advise.
One helicopter is down. Our tanks over here are engaging the enemy. They are still looking quite good. This HQ unit is destroyed. Enemy forces are in the area. Our tanks are now engaging. Down here, we still are unable to spot what the enemy has in this section. If it still is in this section. Yes, it is. It is a tank. It is in place. We are attacking from the rear. So let's hope we are close enough that they are not completely annihilating us.
What's next?
Scouts are coming up. Helicopters are moving over. Tank is destroyed. Let's get into the rear of those assembly lines. Our infantry have taken a hit, but they still have 5 out of 6 of their vehicles. Let's get the tank forward.
Orders.
We have lost one of our tanks. Let's get them out. We should be able to get some fresh forces up again.
We'll go now.
And for some reason we are unable to see what the enemy has in the warehouses. We should be able to, but we can't. So let's get everyone forward and hope we can deal with them in time. These boys need to push up over here. We have contact with an enemy HQ unit. Helicopters, come on, do your job. Wonderful. Warehouses are now in the prospect of getting recaptured. Over here we are engaging a scout unit.
Ready.
Well, let's get our boys dispersed. These tanks, I want them to push up into the forest where they are safer. And we have eyes on some enemy artillery. And our scouts are able to engage. This is very good. More scouts are pushing up. More infantry's are pushing up over here. Can we get some fresh tanks over onto this hilltop?
Ready.
And we should start our engagement of Hünefeld. We do not
Zone
have
captured.
this many systems in the area that we can use. Let's try anyway. And I also would love to carefully engage the enemy at the mines. And at this section. Maybe we can pull something off before our time runs out. Infantry also need to push up. We can engage. Enemy infantry are attacking our helicopters. Let's make sure our helicopters are safe and sound. We have lost another Humvee. Come on, boys. One infantry is destroyed. We are getting smoked up over here.
Listening.
Come on, infantry, you can do it. Helicopters, move in again. Helicopters, please engage the scouts. They are the bigger threat.
5 minutes remaining.
And these boys immediately need to get out.
Ready.
This was far from ideal. Let's pull all of our boys back so that we can actually defend this place. Can we send some more reinforcements up? No, we cannot. We are mostly spent. So I guess we need to get moving on this side. Can we use the cover of the forest to take out these defenses and then get forward on Eiterfeld? That would be nice. Enemy defensive lines are very strong. And so far we lack the firepower to actually break through. There are some enemy units that are approaching. Our M1s should be able to get those guys pretty easily. We have those infantry in a nice crossfire. Yeah, these guys are withdrawing. These attackers should be withdrawing shortly. We were almost ready to engage to the next stage. We were almost able to get through the enemy, but last minute reinforcements definitely destroyed our plans here. Infantry is engaging. They are getting hit pretty hard. Let's get our infantry back for the moment. These T-64s do not stand a chance against our Emirates. Let's hope our tanks can get these guys in time, and let's make sure that these infantry can get replenished. We need more guys over here. These boys need to get out. We need helicopters. And these boys can get up again. Our tanks can rotate towards this side so that they are better guarded. I want these tanks to engage. They are hopefully able to from this direction. Our mortar fire is also coming in clutch. And the enemy is giving us a surprisingly stiff resistance. Nope, enemy forces are approaching over on this section. We cannot do anything over there. Luckily, these guys are destroyed. These tanks, however, need to fall back. Reinforcements are coming up though. We should be able to hold this hilltop.
What's next? We'll go.
Our scouts have already taken heavy casualties. These infantries can withdraw now. We get the reinforcements in the area any minute. And also within 1 minute 48 seconds, this phase is over. More infantries are attacking us. We should be able to engage them pretty well. These are also quite experienced units, but our tanks are better. We have good amounts of firepower. Let's get these tanks a little bit to the rear because more enemy forces are approaching from this section. Where are our helicopters? They're there. I want them over there. They might even be able to engage the enemy from this far out.
Ready.
We know that the enemy has something down there. Let's finally get our infantry to clear that area.
1 minute remaining.
And I want some smoke over there so that our soldiers can approach the enemy uncontested. A platoon got destroyed over there. Wonderful.
Listening.
And we can get some fresh tanks up. We can also get some more infantry up. I also want some scouts back over here. And some scouts back over here. This has not been the best fight on my part.
Roger.
But we do what we can with the resources that we have available. Now, our airborne units are about to engage those units. Is it going to be enough for the last 20 seconds? Experienced infantry against experienced airborne. I expect our boys to completely overrun them. And we also did some damage to infantry in the next objective. And now this phase is over. We have suffered 39 men killed, we have 112 men wounded, and we have 3 men missing, meaning that we have in total 154 casualties. We have also lost 16 vehicles, a massive amount. Our enemy on the other side have suffered 232 men killed, 672 men wounded and 39 men missing, meaning that they have lost over 943 men. They've also lost 115 vehicles and 1 aircraft. This means that we have engaged a large amount of enemy forces and we were able to annihilate quite a lot of platoons, but we have also lost some of our own. I'm sure the majority of those were our scouts that I have not really given that much attention to. We were also not able to capture as much ground as I would have liked, but I'm absolutely certain that we can make a push in the next phase. After this phase, we have 96 points of operational authority to work with, and this is going to be enough to get our scouts back up to health. And maybe we can even get some more tactical support onto the battlefield. But this has to be it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.